Werewolf commented that he wants to see the Chief Doomslayer video
Yeah, we can do that. What was it? It was Doomslayer
versus Master
Chief. It's going to be. Should I just do the fight, or should we watch the whole thing?
Just the fight and the explanation.
Hold up. Let me. I'm gonna poll. We're gonna start a poll. So
because we don't want to wait 20 minutes with every video. It's just unnecessary.
Well, they're saying whole fight's winning.
Wait, I thought explanation meant that it was fight and explanation. I thought
No, whole fight is the whole thing. Oh, okay. I confused someone.
You goofed.
I didn't goof. Whole fight. I meant like whole thing, as opposed to just the explanation. Okay, you know what? I have to redo this.
Whoa.
Apparently, I fucking fucked this up of how it's coming, and
wait,
people are confused.
Why is only the explanation even an option? Who wants to just see?
It's not just it's the fight and the explanation. You know what? It ain't fucking rocket science, guys. It ain't rocket science. You saw whole. You saw hole in there. Look, we'll do it again. All right,
Clearly, you misjudged our interpretation.
Clearly. All right,
look, you got a simple viewership.
Video, okay, or just the fights and explanation.
Yeah.
Because people are dumbasses, apparently. Okay, vote again, guys. I'm surprised this one only has 3 million views. I would have assumed this was a big topic.
Well, the thing is,
probably because everyone knows the answer.
Everyone knows the answer.
And the last half of the video kind of sucks, but the first half of the fight is pretty dope.
Wait, the last half of the video or the last half of the fight?
Oh, my bad. I meant fight. For the last half
now who doesn't know how to use their fucking words?
I never said I want to.
Trying to judge my words. You don't know your shit, man. Well, now more people are saying just fight and explanation. I can see the benefit of watching the whole. If I did watch it, I would watch it sped up. I wouldn't watch it at normal speed.
Yeah,
I remember watching
hyperly underscaled Slayer like here.
That was from Halo Follow, right?
They had to.
Yeah,
they knew he was going to win like fucking immediately.
They didn't go into the deep lore at all. When I watched this, I was like, "Damn, Rouga really explained the shit out of this." Because
he didn't even need Doom the Dark Ages to be out yet. No. It was so obvious he was going to win.
Yeah, no,
you could have just used the first game.
The guy who kills aliens or the guy who kills God? Who wins?
I actually thought that Doom guy should have won the first fight. I thought it was weird that Doom guy lost the first one against him. The way that they had him beat him in the first one that they made, they had to make the technology work differently than it actually does in both of the games in order to have it work. I know he throws a sticky grenade from outside of a bubble shield. They also have a bubble shield block a BFG, which shouldn't happen because BFGs phase through matter. Yeah. So there shouldn't have been. So the bubble shield actually should not have stopped the BFG from killing Master Chief. They have the bubble shield come up, then he shoots the BFG, it explodes, and then Master Chief throws a fucking sticky grenade out of the bubble shield. It touches on Doom Guy, and then it blows up and kills Doom Guy. I don't buy that explosion would have killed Doom Guy. I don't buy that shield would have been able to block the thing. And maybe you guys can tell me. I don't remember. Can you throw grenades from outside the bubble shield? I know you can shoot from out of them. Can you throw grenades from out of them?
What do you mean out of them? Are they outside of it or inside?
No, they're inside the bubble shield and they throw a grenade outside.
No, they can't. They can't do either.
Okay, so they broke the rules of the bubble shield, the rules of the BFG, and they made Doom Guy die to something that shouldn't have killed him. All three at the end of that fight. Now, they have said that the fights are representations and they're not literally how they think the fight would go. They have said that in the past, so I don't take it too seriously. But it does show that they didn't know pretty basic stuff. I mean, I haven't played Halo since Halo 3. And I knew that you can't throw grenades out of bubble shields. I remember, I didn't want to be 100% and be say that for sure, but I was pretty sure you can't throw grenades outside of bubble shields. And they studied this shit for a month and didn't figure that out, that you couldn't throw shields. They also didn't know that the BFG phases through solid objects either, which is also something that seems kind of strange that they didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right, so
they used to have some biased researchers back in the day.
Okay, so people want fights. People want fight and explanation. So we're just gonna do fight and explanation. Are you guys ready for this?
Yeah, sure.
No, let's wait.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
Okay, I saw a comic book version of Doom Guy. They should not use the comic book version of Doom Guy.
Imagine if they do. I swear it'd be so funny.
They don't.
They lowball
They
it
really
so
don't.
much,
Enemy
and it's
forces.
still a slaughter.
Perhaps they left?
You tell me.
You sure demand a lot from a girl. Wait.
That dude sounds
Around the
a
corner.
lot like
Be
Master
ready.
Chief. Whoever they got. Did they get the actual voice actor?
Enemy
No.
It'd be
located.
funny if they did.
He does pretty good.
Combat will likely be necessary.
Well, isn't he astute?
Absolutely not. I'm already calling bullshit.
Alert. Portal detected.
I love what they do with this, though. It's still really smart.
Who brings a chainsaw to a gunfight?
Cortana's
This guy,
voice is
this is-
terrible. That doesn't sound anything like Cortana.
Must
I
be the
love
new
that
chick.
scene so much right there. Realistic or not, it's so smart.
Wait, what?
I love how
Hold on,
the
what?
portrait of the battle. It's
What are you
just
talking
done
about?
really well.
What he did, when he was getting, right there.
Oh, shot it behind him.
Yeah, so he could so that he could actually make up for lack of strength. Is it accurate? No, it's still cool as shit.
It's a reference to Red versus Blue when they fight Evo.
I just want to point out, Master Chief should be dead already. I want to be clear about that.
Yeah, we know. Entertainment over everywhere.
It's cool,
That's
but he should be dead.
Watch your six!
Yeah, right. The
Hey,
super
the good
shotgun to the
half is
chest. Dude, he's dead.
Yeah, the good half is over, by the way. It's about to get.
No, this is where the better half starts. Are you kidding me?
No, you are full of shit. Just hang on.
No, I will stand my
Well,
ground.
that's not been sold yet.
Looks like it's about to turn into Dragon Ball Z.
Well, actually, they're gonna
You are
put.
surrounded.
No, we're not gonna watch the fight anymore between them.
Welcome to Superstar, baby.
This is retarded. Like this isn't even.
Oh, it's got nothing to
cool.
do with them.
Exactly. And look, this isn't even that cool.
I'm sorry.
No.
What are these trumpets on his shoulders?
Yes, thank you. I'm
Put
glad
a
someone.
bucket on your head.
That's just that is out of the nowhere for that.
And then he sucker punched.
Yeah.
I'll see
Where's
what I
the
can do about
Crucible?
that annoying AI.
That's what I'm
Oh,
wondering.
hang on. Just wait. It's
I'm
not
seeing
over.
a sword
It's
fight, but and he's using the
I can no
fucking
longer
blade.
detect the enemy.
But he's not using the
Jeez, just hang on. That will be relevant. You just missed the part where she hacked Samuel. She hacked Samuel.
How the fuck do you hack Vega?
Yeah, welcome-
How do you hack Vega?
I can no longer detect the enemy.
He's okay. So I just want to, for people who don't watch my videos, Vega is God. Like
Yeah.
Vega is
yeah.
literally God's consciousness father. He's a multiversal being that created a lot of existence, and he was put into an AI and into the suit. So Cortana just hacked God. Just putting that out there.
Yeah, I believe it.
What a
And
bizarre
one.
fucking.
Chief is 7 foot tall. Doom Guy is like 5.
Also,
5'10".
another thing that's important.
Guy's
Another
not
thing
high
that's
height.
He's like
important.
6'8".
Doom Guy's
He's
suit
under
is
6'8".
not controlled by AI in any way. His suit is not
Yeah, that's why it didn't
mechanical. It
matter.
doesn't increase his strength.
That
There's
hack-
no tech. If you hacked into
It's literally
Vega, it
just
would not
refining
affect his
objectives.
armor at all. It's literally just a voice that he hears in a speaker.
Not
that's in the
even,
helmet.
not even a part.
You would
Not
just
even.
be killing his pet again.
Literally,
And that would
nothing
be
happened
awesome.
as a result.
Just kill his
Vegas,
pet.
they're gonna bring up the fact that was a
Take the
non-factor.
fight.
Yeah, no, that would have done anything.
No,
This scene is the best scene.
it is ridiculous.
He does run faster than his rockets, so it's like in the original game. That's a reference to the original game.
Yep. So what's your thought on this?
Is he using his?
BFG?
Oh, are you serious? No way.
They're not about that.
Hi, Rat.
That's
The
so
Spartan laser is
ridiculous.
not an equivalent to the BFG in any conceivable way.
Chief, still with me?
That is
Again,
so
I'm not holding any of this against them because they've said multiple times it's just for fun, and it's not.
Pay attention, Rouga.
He should be dead. He's dead.
Is he not?
He's out yet.
Are we supposed to believe he isn't? That's a terrible place for an ad. That's a horrific place for an ad.
You know the winner. Here's some beer.
Yeah.
Here's some beer. Okay, and now on to their explanation because it's so
The fight
cute.
was cool. It was.
For he is doomed.
Yeah.
Amen. There's a lot going on here,
No,
so
just
let's
wait. Oh boy.
Well, shush. I want to hear this.
AI. Oh, nah.
Shut the fuck up and let me hear the explanation. Shut up.
Super Soldier, you'd probably expect the Master Chief to take the edge here.
Wrong! Chief can outrun a cheetah moving 66 miles per hour. The Slayer can outrun a rocket zooming almost 8 times faster.
Master Chief
dodging Covenant beam rifle could place his reaction speed over Mach 10, though Doomslayer dodging meteors is thoroughly comparable or higher. He also dodges light beams from the Con Maker as well as electricity on multiple occasions. Yeah, he should. It shouldn't be comparable.
flip the 200-ton elephant platform. The Slayer can fling around these massive steel cubes, which each measure to over 400 tons.
He can take down Titans with his bare hands,
Yeah,
so it adds up. If this came down to a
Jesus Christ. Okay, 400 tons. So he breaks the chains holding the Titans in prison. That's probably the strongest thing he actually does on screen, not punching the cubes. Punching the cubes is like nothing.
That's just like casual feat for him. But
yeah,
those
there's a,
things
scene
go
in the, there's a
flying.
scene in the games where there's imprisoned Titans. These Titans are fucking massive. They're larger than skyscrapers. And these chains are holding them. They cannot get out. And then he goes and punches them just a jab, and they fucking shatter and breaks. That would be way more than 400 tons. Not even close. I don't even know where they got the 400 tons from those cubes, because I wouldn't have assumed those cubes were that heavy.
They measured them. They did the measurement of the cubes compared to Doom Guy's body, and then guessed what kind of material might be, and then came up with some calculation to its weight. That's how they did that.
Okay. All right.
Basically, just they assumed it was solid
Stats may
steel.
go to the Doomslayer, but Master Chief has one trick the Slayer
boy.
can't beat: his AI.
Yeah, Vega
No.
may be God
No.
repackaged as
Here's the
Siri,
pity
but
point.
Cortana is clearly the more dangerous computer pal.
Cortana was designed for
Good
combat encounters
lord,
and
that is
battle
so
planning.
nah.
Vega oversaw
I gotta
a
give
mining
him
facility.
something.
Granted, Vega's nothing to laugh at, but Cortana's kind of famous for hacking
don't even know who
ancient
Vega
all-knowing
is.
technology on multiple occasions.
I don't think
and even
so.
if you want to argue Chief should have the
There's a
weapon
good
instead,
shot that didn't even play the DLC.
Given the Slayer does not often rely on AI-operated tech, and much of his arsenal is arcane in origin, Cortana's effect to the Slayer's effect would be negligible. It would be non-existent. There's literally nothing that Vega does for him in terms of his suit or weapons. The only thing he does is summon portals for him, and that's
Summons
it.
portals
And yeah. What's up?
And I believe challenges.
He summons portals and gives info. That's all he does.
Yeah, he communicates to him through his ear, and he opens portals.
Yeah,
That's it. He
Vega
doesn't
is
do anything else.
basically
But
each
also,
player's third pet.
it seems very strange that they don't bring up at all that he's a literal god. Like, that's kind of weird.
They just don't know it.
Yeah, it doesn't. That would be
know
something you would
all
at
in
least
there.
bring up. So I just feel like they just didn't know that information.
Ed,
They
she's
were
still a
unaware of the superior Doom lore.
copy of Cortana.
And when it comes to experience, Chief likely has more consistent training, becoming a super soldier in one
Wait for
Oh man. Okay, so Doom Guy was a trained
been missing a
Marine
millennia.
before the start of the original Doom games. He then trained with the.
Oh my god, he didn't make his point yet. They were
Fought
going
in
to
hell
say
for-
yes. Hold on. They were going to say yes, Chief technically trained from being a child, but they're literally about to say Doom Guy fought through hell, has the experience. You didn't even let them make the point.
No. That's not what they said. No. Okay, fair, but listen to what they say though.
likely has more consistent training, becoming.
He didn't say, but no, he said consistent training. I'm not talking about the billions of years in hell. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about him training as a Marine before the start of Doom 1, and then training with the Night Sentinels for a who the fuck knows how amount of time, but the Night Sentinels are literally immortal. He trains with them, and they're the best warriors in the entire multiverse as far as we're aware, and he trains with them for a very, very long time. Before the demons invade Argentinor, but also after they invade, he becomes their most loyal and greatest of all soldiers. He even goes up through their ranks to become one of the leaders. Like, I don't remember if he's like a captain or something, but he starts leading his own group of of fucking Night Sentinels behind him as he trains with them, and he joins their military and rises through the ranks. No, he does not have more consistent training, not even close. And it's not better training either. It doesn't matter what they say afterward. I mean, they can go into it, but even taking out the billions of years of combat, no, there's no way. You're talking about a character who is billions and billions and billions of years old. Much of that was actual training with actual soldiers and shit, and they just didn't know. They don't know. Yeah, whatever. We'll see what they keep saying, but even if they mention the billions of years thing, they still completely disregard the actual training that he had.
Being a super soldier and one-man army is basically all he did since he was a child.
The Slayer may seem like a rampaging bull consumed by rage, and he is, but he was also a Marine and trained with the Night Sentinels.
And since time in hell gets wacky, he fought demons non-stop for thousands of years.
Given the sheer
thousands of years. Eons mean billions, not thousands.
He did it so long that it was literally written into demon genetics code or something. Like
he became their antichrist.
It was billions. It wasn't thousands.
And wars Master Chief has experienced, it's a tough call, but we think fighting demons for so long
it's not a tough call. it's so not a tough call. Doom Guy has more training than the entire lifespan of Master Chief. Like just training, not including the combat experience. It's not a close call.
Well, guess what? They pissed off Doom fans, is what they did.
Well, no, I want to be clear. I'm not mad. I've always known from a very long time ago that Death Battle is like they don't know this kind of stuff. They're entertaining little videos. I get it. I'm not mad. But I am doing YouTube, and Doom is one of the series that I have touched on a lot, so I kind of have to do this kind of stuff when I'm watching this. I have to admit, I'm just going to sit here silent and be like, oh, okay, well, that's interesting. No, I have to be like, oh, this is fucking bullshit. I'm kind of obligated to do that. It's kind of my job to do that, so it is where we are. But no, I'm not hating on them. They make entertaining videos. There's a reason why their videos get so many views. The thing is that they mentioned that he trained with the Night Sentinels. They at least know about that to an extent, but I don't know why they would assume he would have less training. Because again, the Betrayer, I'm forgetting his fucking name. The Betrayer is literally billions of years old. He's still alive. As far as we know, Night Sentinels are immortal. We've never seen one die of old age. Or at least they age so slowly that they might as well be immortal. We know that they're basically immortal. We don't have a time frame for how long he was training with the Night Sentinels, but we know he was training with them for long enough to become an extremely high-ranking member of the Night Sentinels to the point that he led his own armies against Hell. That's got to be a pretty decently long amount of time. No, this is not close. I think it's wild to say this is close. Also, not true that Doom Guy is just a raging animal. He's actually incredibly intelligent. By the way they're kind of describing him, I would not be surprised. They don't have battle IQ in here, but I feel like if they had battle IQ here, they would probably give it to Master Chief based on the way that they're talking about Doom Guy. Doom Guy is not just some kind of rage monster. A lot of people like to compare him to characters like Kratos or Ashura. He does not exist in that same category. He is not a mindless rage monster. He is incredibly intelligent, and he makes very calculated moves, and you can see this throughout the newer games.
He is a rage monster.
He's not a rage monster. He's not a rage monster.
He's still angry, though.
No, he's not. I mean, I suppose, but that doesn't make him a rage. Like, people say, like, oh, well, he's too angry to die, or his anger fuels his... No. Nowhere in the games, anywhere, does it say anything about his power in any way being linked to his anger, or him being this rage-filled... It's not in there. His power is linked to his will. His power is his willpower. It's got nothing to do with anger.
That comes directly from Davos' influence, his immortality. Because, like,
no,
once he died,
I think there's a little bit of a confusion there. Now, I don't think that the Divinity Machine just gave him his power. I just think it sped him up.
Hugo Martins directly has stated that he has always been a primeval. He was brought into existence as a primeval. We don't know how the Divinity Machine, what it did to unlock his power, but essentially he's always kind of had it.
I think it just sped up his, like, gave him a
it essentially, like, awakened what was already there for the most part.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they took a very, very small piece of Davith, and even with that small piece, he became strong enough to actually defeat Davith. That didn't come from Davith's power. Like, his power...
Well, I mean, any percent of infinity is still infinity.
Doesn't matter. We know that it was... but this is fiction. That's not how it works. Not in fiction. I mean, if you read the codexes, it's pretty clearly, like, it's just a small fragment. Like, they call it a small fragment. They talk about it as if it's not that much. Like, they don't really, you know, it's very
it's not that much power, trust.
Yeah, it's very clearly talked about as if being basically like a little, like just a little piece. He still ends up rising up and beating him even with that. So clearly he has surpassed Davith by a
Which is funny how they didn't even bring up the Davith thing, because Davith is also a warrior who is the best of all warriors.
That's true. If you're talking about experience, Davith is older than time, and he's clearly got more. Like, you're literally comparing, it's in the freaking DLC name, you're comparing ancient gods to a dude. Just a dude. A good, like a skilled dude, and a dude with like super abilities, but just a dude. Yeah, it's just weird. The experience being close is a weird one. AI winning against a god computer is a weird one. Let's see what he says for Arsenal. It's gonna
Gale to the Slayer.
Not that it matters much, because we're on to the last and best category, arsenals. From weapons to power-ups, both Chief and the Slayer had a ton of stuff.
Oh, also, before we get into this should be noted, for their defense of them, this is before the Dark Ages, so a lot of the crazier descriptions of the weapons didn't exist yet. So
that's true.
In their mind, a lot of these weapons are just normal sci-fi weapons.
I mean, but even the Eternal gave like some pretty crazy explanations for at least a few of them,
the explanation is more visual in Eternal, where it's like,
that is true.
He has these weapons, and then you know that all of the upgrades that he gives the weapons are upgrades that he gave them. You know that he like tinkers with them and creates things and upgrades all of his gear and his weapons, so you know they're better than they were when he gets them. You also know that a couple of them come from hell, like the rocket launcher in the in Eternal is directly just a weapon from hell.
Oh no, the Crucible's not from hell.
It's a hell weapon.
The Crucible's also a hell weapon, yeah. But the Crucible's from hell and the rocket launcher's from hell.
Technically, yes and no. It wasn't, but it was based on the Hell Crucible.
Yeah, you're right.
No, the Crucible that he uses is the Hell Crucible. It is the Hell Crucible.
It's made of Argent.
Is it technically possible to make a Crucible blade out of Aether or whatever the Sentinel energy was called? I forget.
Yes, they did. There were not theoretically. We see them. The Sentinels, the blue weapons that the Sentinels use are Wraith energy crucibles, basically.
Wraith, that's what it was.
Yeah, that's Wraith. Yeah, the Wraith
cool.
From their energy. Okay. So you have and Hugo Martin has come out and said that he's never going to fully explain how Argent and how Wraith energy works, because he likes the idea that it's kind of up in the air. He will say this: they're not identical, they do work differently, but they are comparable in power. But he's never going to say which one's more powerful or what this one does compared to what this one does. He likes the idea that people will keep like guessing and coming up with their own ideas about each power.
I can respect that.
But they're supposed to be like equal and opposite sort of powers. There's Hell Crucibles, and then there's the Argent ones. But yeah, there's multiple weapons from Hell. The Ballista in Eternal is from Hell. The rocket launcher's from Hell. The Crucible's from Hell. I might be missing some.
For clarification, the Ballista was not. It was a Sentinel weapon.
The pistol's from Hell.
The pistol? No, the pistol's not. There's no pistol in Eternal.
There's no pistol. You're talking about 2016?
Yeah.
No, that's just
a pistol.
Y'all are taking me way too seriously.
Yeah. No, but no, the Ballista.
I'm falling for the rage bait.
No, the Ballista is from Hell. I'm almost positive the Ballista is from Hell.
It's Sentinel technology. We can literally see a couple of them like in the DLC, in Eternal Ancient Gods. Yeah, can't speak.
Sentinel technology loaded with Argent.
Let's see, Ballista.
Yeah, you find it on the Sentinel ship. Or at least
that doesn't mean it's not demon.
To be fair, I could be thinking of the Unmaker.
No, you're thinking of it's like half.
Let me see. The codex should just straight up say it. The weapon of choice for Sentinel Marksman. He's right. It is said in Sentinel battle lore that a single battalion of archers defended the wall city of whatever that is for 10 days and 10 nights, armed only with the ballistas, a precise weapon. The ballista fries a twin beam of superheated Argent, vaporizing the target on impact. So the Argent comes from Hell, but the weapon itself was created by Sentinel. I was thinking of the Unmaker, which is kind of similar to the Ballista, but just considerably more powerful.
And to be fair, if it's in Hell already, then it was probably part of the lost city of Tarzan after it was taken.
Yeah, but either way, it still fires Argent, so even though it's not, it's still a hell quote unquote weapon. It uses hell technology, but yeah, but it's not from hell. Okay, well the ammunition is. Anyway, doesn't matter. Let's keep.
They could bring into the battle.
Both had means to turn invisible or shield themselves from damage. Both had suits that could withstand extreme heat and intense hits, and both had
it's not just extreme heat.
Theoretically, the Slayer's energy shields, invulnerability, power up, and saving throw rune could counter Forerunner weapons that also theoretically apply antimatter.
Technically, Master Chief had a greater variety of weaponry, but when it comes to sheer destructive power, the Slayer had him beat. The Unmaker can match the Spartan laser's light speed without having to worry about charging up, and nothing on Chief's belt can match the raw power of the BFG.
Still, Master Chief did use a hardlight shield to survive a point-blank 30-megaton bomb. However, Cortana was siphoning power from the Forerunner ship they were on to make that shield, so it was a very specific circumstance, not easily.
Wait, siphoning power from what?
So just to give you an idea, there's a part in Doom, might have been 2016. I don't know if it was Doom 20. I think it was 2016. In Doom 2016, there's this big ass Argent reactor that he has to go in one of the levels.
Yeah, it was 2016.
And the Argent reactor explodes in his face, rips a hole in reality, and actually sends him to hell. And it's stated that it completely destroys the entire Mars base. So this whole 30 megaton thing to the face, that it doesn't matter. Doom Guy can literally take explosions to the face that rip holes in reality.
It's clear that without the shield, he would have been obliterated.
Even if he could replicate it, Doom Guy had the weaponry to break through. Take the Crucible.
Remember, the Crucible holds power equivalent to 157 trillion kilowatt.
Where the hell did they get that?
I know the actual answer because earlier in the beginning of the analysis, they go over how it's used to power a city, and that's where they get this number, because they take a city's power output, and then it's like, there you go, that's what this thing can do, or however many cities...
See, this is one thing. They feel like they have to... I don't want to say this in an insulting way, because I'm not trying to make it be insulting, but they feel like they have to try and be smarter than they necessarily are and come up with stuff like this that's just... And again, I'm not calling them stupid. No one could do this. There's not enough information for anyone to do this in the series. There's so many things wrong with that. The thing that powers the city is an Argent reactor, not the Crucible. The Argent reactor doesn't just power a city, it powers a facility on Mars. It's a huge facility, and it's like the size of a city, but it's a facility. It's not going to have the same amount of power as a normal city on Earth. It's also a science fiction city with a bunch of bullshit on it that doesn't... Like, there's no way to calculate this. There's no way to calculate how much energy any of this technology uses, how much energy this thing uses. If the Argent reactor had the same amount of energy as the Crucible in the series acts as a durability negating weapon that cuts through anything other than other Argent things or Wraith energy weapons. It's just essentially durability negation. But they're like trying to calculate, and it's like, you can't. Like, these numbers are just throwing shit at the wall and trying to see what sticks. You cannot calculate this. It's not possible. And it's okay to say every once in a while that this just isn't possible. There's no way for us to know this because we don't get the information. But they never say we just can't, there's not enough information for us to do this. They have to come to a conclusion even if there isn't one.
You're right, they do that, but this is one of their examples of them doing that. But there are times where they say, yeah, we can't actually know. But it always comes down to how they just want to portray it. For some reason, they want to do calculations, scientific measurements, and they have the characters. One of the characters themselves, the guy who's talking right now, I think, Wiz, is supposed to be a scientist who is obsessed with math and tries to measure and understand all these things through science. So it's part of the little story they have with the two characters they're animating, and it's just their gimmick.
Yeah, but it makes a scientist character seem stupid because he's just making shit up. It's just like it's not real math. Also, I have seen episodes of this show or the series where the math is just straight up not true, like it's wrong.
Oh yeah,
the actual equation that they put together, the answer they come to is not the answer that it actually is. Like, they actually did the math wrong. I've seen that before. I think one of them was like a Mega Man versus something. I forget what it was. There was some math they did, and I looked at it and I was like, that's just not the answer to that equation that you just gave the wrong answer. And they do that a lot too, or at least they've done it more. I've noticed it more than once. But I
should say, from what you've said, you've watched all the earlier seasons.
I saw a lot of earlier seasons. Yeah, I haven't seen anything recently.
They've improved in a lot of quality stuff like that. I
will say this particular This is just a total they cannot come up with the information that they needed to come up with this number. It's just not possible. There's not enough information here for us to do this. But all right, well, let's see where they go with it.
Hours, which directly converts to 90 gigatons of TNT.
No, that's small.
Even if you divided that power between the Crucible's 3 charges, a single swing from that sword is, at minimum, 1,000 times more powerful than that.
Yeah. Also, it should be noted that his charge running out in his sword is not canon.
Not canon.
It's just a gameplay mechanic.
It's just a gameplay mechanic.
Yeah, no,
in real life, the sword is forever. It doesn't run out.
I don't know why I realize this now. One thing for Death Battle is that their target audience is definitely the video game players and whatnot, and they could easily be choosing to go about this route to avoid all that complicated lore, to try avoid deterring people.
Look, I'm not ripping. Gamers. Look, I want to be clear. I am not ripping into Death Battle. But
I'm just explaining the potential possibility.
I get it. You're playing devil's advocate for them, but I'm saying you don't need to defend them because I'm not attacking them. Like I'm not, or at least I'm not trying to attack them. You guys wanted me to watch this video, so I'm watching this video, and as they say the things, I'm going to say the things that I'm thinking or what I'm disagreeing with as it's happening. But I'm not hating on them for any of this. Yeah, like they could do whatever. But there's just the 3 charges is entirely a game mechanic thing. They don't run out of charges ever, as far as we've ever seen. And yeah, so this math is just totally fabricated. I don't even really
care where they gets the final nail in Arsenal, as he just had the better odds of actually taking the Chief down.
As much as Chief tried to master the situation, he was doomed. Slay King!
The winner is the Doom
I liked
Slayer.
that.
Amen.
I liked that last section until he said Slay King. I think he ruined it.
Yeah.
Like I was liking the puns, and I was like, oh no, that one you just made it.
He does it better in other episodes. The puns
just made it suck. I'm not saying. Stop trying to fucking defend the show. I'm not hating on the show.
Okay.
Jesus. Everything I say is like, oh, but this it's fine. I'm not hating on them. It is what it is. No, but yeah, no. I think that they were trying to make that fight seem closer than it was for the whole thing. His arsenal is not just oh, this is good, it just kind of edges. No, it's way better. His experience is literally billions of years more. His stats are comparing a dude who can flip a tank to a multiversal killing god. This is not even close to similar.
They Doom as much as they realistically could.
Hydrogen bomb versus coughing baby.
Literally.
No, this would be a coughing baby against a universe-destroying being. Like this gap here is
Cthulhu
insane.
versus an infant.
I'm actually curious. What are the things here? If I shot someone in the head and they proceeded to headbutt me after tanking it, I'm out of there. It's funny. Aliens started calling him the Demon. Master Chief is cooked. Chief is called the Demon, and so I took that personally. Is he really called it? Is Master Chief's nickname really the Demon? Okay.
Yeah.
His bones are nearly unbreakable. Doomslayer cracks his knuckles. Nearly. Can we all agree the temporarily truce during the middle of the fight was the best part? Doug disagrees.
No.
He hates it.
I disagree.
His least favorite part.
I didn't like it. No. They just shoot demons. There wasn't really any cool shots to it. They shot them, half of them off screen. And the Revenant, or whatever they're called, it was really stupid with its horns.
I like this one. Who brings a chainsaw to a gunfight? How else do you reload? Because that's how you get more ammo in Doom. Cortana turning off Vega is like expecting your car to stop after you turn off the radio. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not tied to any of his stuff, so that was the weird part. But also, we've seen Vega hack into stuff. Before. Nothing as advanced as Cortana, arguable. No, well, he's hacked into magical technologies, so I think you can argue that it is, but I just don't buy that Cortana would be able to hack into God. Like, it just seems crazy to me. Everyone's talking about Spawn and Daredevil in Hell, but no one mentions the Isabel and Amiibo on the forklift at 1702.
Everyone want plus memory.
Oh, damn it. I wanted to see it, but I don't want to watch it.
It's a weird Amiibo.
I wanted to see if it was in there, but it's fine. Thank you, Death Battle, for giving us Master Chief and Doomslayer fighting demons alongside each other, something Microsoft refused to give us. So people just don't like your opinion here, Doug. They like the fighting side by side.
Okay, so hey, a lot of people can be wrong.
Oh, I like this. I love this rhyme. Oh, this first part is added, but I did like this rhyme when the games came out. Roses are red, demons are nocturnal. Halo may be infinite, but Doom is eternal. The first part, roses are red, demons are nocturnal, I've never heard that part, but a lot of people were saying when these these two, because these two games came out very close together, and a lot of people were
Right.
saying Halo may be Infinite, but Doom is Eternal. Like, that was like the insult to say that Doom is a way better game than Halo Infinite was, which I think most people agree. Did anyone like Infinite more than Doom Eternal, like as a shooter? Because they were kind of they were competitors for a little bit.
No, I mean I like the game. I don't think I've even played Eternal. If I
You haven't played Eternal?
I don't think I have. No, I did
What do you
play.
don't think you have? That's a long answer for someone who has not played the game that I was asking the question about.
At first, I was wondering about the consensus to which is the better game. I haven't talked to a lot of people about one or the other, but me personally, I think I've only played this Doom 16, so I don't think I could give an answer. Infinite's not bad, probably because Halo 4 and 5 were garbage.
But you haven't played Eternal, so why are you even fucking talking about which one's better? It's like
Eternal.
Anything you say would be completely irrelevant. I'm like, oh, did anyone like Infinite more than Eternal? Oh, I didn't play it, but let me give you a 20-minute explanation on my answer to a question I can't answer.
Before the topic changes.
Wait,
I like how in the fight they depict Master Chief is constantly fighting an uphill battle. I feel like they did that really well.
I don't. Yeah. I think that they showed multiple times throughout there was certain scenes like the one that Doug liked where he like shot the rocket thing behind, not a rocket, but the grenade thing behind him to kind of give him the force to push forward. I think most of it they tried to show that they were an equal footing with a couple of scenes here and there that seemed one-sided. I can't remember if they ever showed Doom Guy in one-sided, to be fair. So I guess, but I don't think that there was like ever like, oh, he was on the back part. Like there were a couple of moments that Doom Guy got over him, but overall I think they tried to make it look relatively even. Dude, Vega is basically just a Doom Slayer's buddy. At most he makes the Slayer's life just a little more convenient. Cortana attacking Vega didn't make the Slayer weaker, it just pissed him off. Yeah, it's weird that none of the comments are saying anything about Vega being a god. Did this come out before the Ancient Gods? No, it could. This came out relatively recently. Yeah, it had to have. Yeah, because there's really not a whole lot from the Ancient Gods that's in that video. So I don't know if they actually played it or not. Was there anything?
It must have been the workings before the Ancient Gods. You're right, or they didn't fucking play it.
This would never. No, the Ancient Gods came out a long time ago. I think this came out a little bit before the Dark Age.
They spoke of Dabba too, you know, so they must have.
They said Doom Guy had the sword that could power the Earth. I knew it was. See, now they're saying they had a sword that could power the Earth. Is that what they did?
Yeah, they were going.
That was the calculation they came up with? How? How do you come up with a calculation that the Crucible, just the Crucible, would power the entire planet? Where is that in the games? Where is it in the games that the Crucible powers anything?
I'm guessing, if I were to completely throw shit at the wall here, what if they tried to calculate how much energy it would take to contain the sin thing?
Icon of Sin.
Yeah, thank you. It was on the tip of my tongue. What if they're trying to calculate how much energy it would take to contain a being of that
thing
magnitude?
Disrupts universes just by being in them.
They would probably only say it's a black hole.
No, not that. Well, if you're talking about Icon of Sin, he reality warps across the entire universe until it breaks down to the point that a black hole forms. But I think that people do that really weird. Like, oh, it's not combat applicable. What do you mean? That's the amount of energy coming off his body at all times. How is that not combat applicable? That's just him passively existing. Well, not only that, but also in one of the art books, there's a whole thing about Doom Guy fighting against demons. And while he's fighting against the demons, the actual multiverse itself is breaking apart under the stress of him fighting the demons. They also didn't look into any of the lore pages for that. Everything that they got was, they looked into the fucking 90s comics, but they didn't look into the current lore pages that are in the game.
That's crazy.
Which I found strange. Or not in the game, because the art book's not in the game, and some of that's not in the game. But I do find that a little weird that there's like current stuff. Like, why would you look at a 90s comic? That's not even canon. That never was canon. That's just like a fun little thing. It's not really, I don't know, whatever.